And let me make it clear, those who are claiming that the containers were stolen when we came to office, that is false. As you can see here, they are confessing that they started buying these things and these cables right from 2019. So the attempt to usually play the political football will not wash.
Na send you bomb subu you nyina so because we some dia mom microphone nya dey.
John Jinapor say you who 40 of the containers in the warehouse of someone per the reporter said their command.
Yeah.
It just say containers naira. It means that anfa kwan papa so the free port wo. We dey me ma establish me am prima facie.
No, but the point about some dia mom microphone.
Ade no onu wa ban so na ade na ira me tuwe me bob no rank me number me ko busa me container me nya container dia ma you the minister no na also busa we be containers nafa and I know say me misu hu say it is possible that omo ankrofo no ana ade no chese ade na kwa kodi omo.
And so let me make it clear, those who think that they can engage in political football, those who think they can use this to try and equalize, it will not work. Since 2019, this crime is being perpetrated on the state. The then government slept on it. This government will not allow this to continue. Those we've apprehended will not just prosecute them, we'll go to court and seek an order to sell those assets there. Whoever superintended over this mess will be held liable. The management then and the head of ECG.
Update on 8,300 and something containers na ayira ewo Ghana port na ECG for containers no. A lot of Ghanaians babontini ebe kasa. Recently, ena Otafo MP Vincent ekwaye interview no mo kire mu say containers na ayira aye no NDC for ena ma containers na ayira. Chese ayira aye omo di containers na kosi omo pese omo nchiche mfa ma omo nkofo ne nipa ombebo no subo kese pa no John Jinapor, the current energy minister. We and some Vincent Ababontene, Ebeka. I mean, we can say there, John Jinapor, Ababontene, Abe responding. Abotre, Joakunya, Namchin Semonimu, and Fanchemo. After say containers, na yera na young baby a war, and I say the can't watch a beer young Munino. Me papa call Babon to be an interview, can't was him no, Vincent, Otafo NP. Now, recently, Okoye interview, Peace FM. Now, the Casamuno Chemu say 1,400 and 1,300 and something containers na yera and yera. NDC for atom containers na kosie so mo pese say a two chap no makotam containers na cha mo nko for akoton adi we ensema Vincent eba abontene ebe kan ye.
You have to find the rest of the containers and bring it back to the port, and heads must roll on what basis. And our typical chap say a year report, it finds itself in warehouses of an Indian man, and I'm told that Chinese people will be crossed on it. There should be better and proper investigation to this matter to know which people are culpable in this thievery, if I should put it that way.
Na send you bomb subu you nyina so because we some dia mom microphone nya dey.
John Jinapor say you who 40 of the containers in the warehouse of someone per the reporter said their command no.
Yeah.
It just say containers naira. It means that anfa kwan papa so the free port wo. We dey me ma establish me am prima facie.
No, but the point about some dia mom microphone.
Say no dey person me say. NPP ni bi eni ho at this time. Ya boya me ani so brie. Obi a enu am court sra me nana tafo hene. O say na me nana boso me mianse to aba wi afa me hunam se nana. Odaro ma bro no bobro ye no. Mani so abri mi an dia afa ma ba o. Nana we do odaro ma me so na fa chebe. So, I don't think that any NPP person will have the courage. In fact, no couple one, the kind of politics on your There are people who are saying they know people who are NPP, they know people who are NDC.
So before okay, I say transition. And or the two just say brief you from the port. Say almost 3,000. It's your parliament say 2,500. So then suggestions okay, and your NPP for
yes.
And no more afa air containers. Now so the subo bomb. So I'm saying awo ye no.
But ade no onu wa ban so na ade na ira me tuwe me bob no rank me number. Me ko busa me container me nya container dia ma. You the minister no na also busa we be containers nafa. And I know say me misu hu say it is possible that omo ankrofo no and at the end, just I didn't quite okay. They should find a way
elsewhere they broke
to bring it.
warehouses like they saw. Then it could be possible they would have
yes.
When they check anything,
no,
say container free. Now because you want what you
can find a way. I think the first time that I heard containers was during the transition period.
Okay.
Where I heard John Jinapor saying say who are now what say about 3,000 containers has been locked up at the port.
The video.
Now the content of that containers, electrical cables, ECG, no maybe, and that was alarming. The way I used to West, they said the NPP are buying 3 more day and all those kind of things. Only for him to come to Parliament. Just about 3 weeks ago, I was a minister. Obejina podium na ojina so kasa no a maybe am te no me face ni say pepepe. Na me hwe nanim. Who say JJ hanani na me say hey JJ. I feel the JJ make us me until say 2,500. I'm say you know the same person who said during transition period. I feel the wow call ho no. O say 2,500.
Ni PR be chere mu say brief you munya no.
Brief no munya free over. Transition period a different figure from what the port people will give you. And the port people now the figure to come minister. And omo how many can some no na fe abetwetwere. And since I'm no say from what I'm hearing 1,300 missing containers. So the natural say now 1,300 containers we do you know 1,300 containers? Do you know how many ships that will bring that thing here in Ghana? Which is missing? No, it can't. It's not possible. Now, 40 now, more Indian be warehouse, because the containers are so huge. One warehouse cannot house all the 1,003. And there are other warehouses that you have to follow up and go and find our containers for us. But you name say, Mubeha, when you now more my fetchers are a farmer Mocrofo. You name this, Muha, when you beca, and I'm more myself fetch. I'm going now.
And on that, any who said the current energy minister John Jinapor Ababontabe responding to Nsema Vincent Ababontabe Kaina. What him say, Nsema Vincent take and Sebi, Yansa Sembia name, Untimbe Kancha say, a year NDC for any atom containers no, and I say area containers because time I watch containers nibino. Report and I say investigation mu say mo shase mo NPP for shase say mo ton containers no 2019 ebesinde in 20 country say ye and I say ye ba power no and I say ye beji apumia no ye ton containers no and see one ma oto aso bi nka say woni evidence bia won kana no ntum onjai say oti radio so e keka na adwene e de kire no no eno na chi na busuam o ma Ghana for tia say nipa no ho bon container no bia ya chi ni bia na busuam o beton na japade e de twa container neka men person make sabe nya botere ne ti nsema energy minister ekan I say malikbasintale TV so bo mo subscribe share no be nya video ni bi enhwe.
Contrary to the 2,500 figure that was given when we got to the port, 1,300 containers and over could not be accounted for, which means they were missing. Let me put on record that these things have been happening since 2019. And as you can see for yourself, based on where we went, it's a syndicate that has been operating for some years now. As minister, I've taken a decision to break this syndicate. We would chase everybody, pursue every organization that has been operating this cartel. Clearly, as you can see, these are ECG cables. They are meant to be used by ECG. But they end up in these factories and then they melt them in their smelter and produce aluminium rods. That is criminal. I've realized that some misguided element wants to play the NDC NPP politics. Let me assure them that is not going to work. As minister, I've sworn an oath and it's my duty to ensure that the right thing is done. We would pursue them and ensure that the perpetrators are brought to book. We will do everything we can to trace these containers because they have serial numbers, they have manifest. And let me thank the port authorities and the Director General of the Ghana Ports for cooperating with us and providing us with information. And also to thank the general public. They have been providing the security agencies with information that has led to the arrest of these people. Where we are here, as you can see from behind, a lot of ECG cables stuck in this warehouse, and they've all bolted. Indians and Chinese people, they've run away. So far, some people have been arrested, and we would ensure that the law takes its course. Why we have this problem is because if you look at the records, and I have the report here, in 2014, ECG's planned procurement was 1.397 billion. By the end of the year, they procured 8.2 billion. And so they engaged in frivolous over expenditure, procured items that they did not have money to clear, and that is what has brought us this far. The same with 2023. Their planned procurement was less than 1 billion. They ended up procuring 8.3 billion. That is more than 7.3 billion over and above what was approved for them. So if you look at the records, in 2022, they procured 1.3 billion. In 2023, they procured 8.3 billion. In 2024, they procured 8.2 billion. Way above what was approved for them. More than 700%. And so let me make it clear. Those who think that they can engage in political football, those who think they can use this to try and equalize, it will not work. Since 2019, this crime is being perpetrated on the state. The then government slept on it. This government will not allow this to continue. And as minister, I would ensure that we curtail this, we follow and apprehend those responsible, and retrieve the containers. In simple terms, I want my containers. Simple as that. And wherever the containers are, we'll trace them. And those we've apprehended, we'll not just prosecute them, we'll go to court and seek an order to sell those assets there to defray the cost, so that we'll use that money to invest in the grid system and to make power delivery available and reliable. Whoever superintended over this mess will be held liable. The management then and the head of ECG, he has to provide a justification for why he would procure 8 billion when he was supposed to procure 1.3 billion. Because if they had stuck to their procurement plan, we won't have this problem. And let me make it clear, those who are claiming that the containers were stolen when we came to office, that is false. As you can see here, they are confessing that they started buying these things and these cables right from 2019. So the attempt to usually play the political football will not wash. Whoever is responsible would apprehend that person. And to those criminals, you can engage in your social media shenanigans. You can engage in social media gimmicks and try to play NDC, NPP politics. The law is no respecter of political party, and we will come after you. We will get you, we will prosecute you, and deal with you. And when we are doing that, let no one come to say that we are engaged in witch hunting. Some evidence which will be used in the court of law. The other thing will be what happens. The state has every right to confiscate even that whole factory through due process, depending on what happens. So let me assure you, it won't just be confiscating the items,